It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Knoll. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy who's bringing you the weekly interviews from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influences. So if we don't know each other, let's get familiar and subscribe to my channel. That way you can keep up with what we're doing every week, okay? But that's not why we're here today. Today, we're here because you guys have been messaging me a lot, asking me, one, who I'm talking to next, and two, if I'll start doing recap videos. So I've never really done a recap video before, but how hard can it really be? I love these shows, so I'm gonna pick two of my favorites. That way I can go ahead and kind of talk about them with you guys every week. So the two shows that I decided to choose right now, it's gonna be Real Housewives of New York and Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. All of us know that Real Housewives of New York came to a halt mid-season, but we're about to pick back up on Thursday, on July 2nd, so very, very, very exciting. And then Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is gonna pick up next week, so then we'll hit that one too. But in the meantime, this is gonna be our recap video of what happened from the beginning of season 12 all the way to mid-season, in case you've been living under a rock. Where do we start? Okay, so this season obviously starts off with a huge influence missing from the franchise. None other than Bethany Frankel. What is Real Housewives of New York without Bethany Frankel? I know. But producers did a great job of bringing in a new housewife, Leah McSweeney, so don't get too upset yet, because Leah is definitely delivering this season. But since you brought her up, let's talk about Leah McSweeney. Leah is the owner of her own clothing line called Married to the Mob that was funded through a dispute that she had with NYPD that ended up landing her $75,000 settlement. Talk about making the best out of a bad situation. Leah also has a daughter, she's single, and she loves fitness. But those are just a few of the great things about Leah. As you watch the episodes, you'll get to find this other side of Leah that I've grown to love because it's like my alter ego, where we kind of get like the Bugs Bunny, Tasmanian devil side of her. And when I say that, I mean ripping curtains down, throwing poles, like she does it all. She doesn't hold back, which is great. That makes for a great housewife. And now for future housewives, if you're not ripping off curtains and throwing poles across the yard and just completely defacing the house, I don't want to see you on the new season. Okay? But real quick, Leah's not the only face that's new this season. We also have Elise Sling. A lot of us don't really know Elise yet. She comes on as a friend role. It was kind of accidental from what we've been told with producers. Producers saw her hanging out with Ramona one night, and then they invited her to come up and mic up. But this isn't the first time we've seen her. Elise has made cameos on previous seasons. They just never really kind of focused on her, I guess. But again, Elise is no one to turn your head at. Elise comes from a Wall Street background, and she is a woman in charge. As we get to know Elise, we'll notice that she kind of chimes in as the season kind of progresses. You know, she's the first one to call out Luann for picking up on where she left off with her drinking. She's also the first one to check Leah and kind of let her know maybe her drinking is the reason that she's not in a relationship. So obviously she's not shy to speak her feelings. And not to mention, I spoke with Elise, and Elise is great. She's fabulous, amazing. Elise is also responsible for Sonia Morgan's tagline, "I'm no one's accessory, I'm a lifestyle brand." So thank you, Elise. Thank you for the delivery, and thank you for the tagline. Since we're talking about Elise, though, she kind of had a little bit of a rough start with one of my favorite castmates, Dorinda Medley. We all know Dorinda, clamp, clamp, clamp. You know, why don't you put an easy pass on that vagina? Dorinda always delivers with the best lines. But this season, she's having a little bit of a rough time. I don't think Dorinda's struggling. I think she's navigating a new life, a single life that we get to follow this season. And of course, any transition like that is gonna be hard. But Bravo needs to make sure that the cameras are right behind her because I'm sure she's not gonna disappoint. And I can't wait to see the kind of guy she gets with. But I'm curious what you think. Were you a fan of John Medessia? Let me know in the comments below. But let's not get cheesy here, let's keep it moving on. Since we're speaking about Dorinda, this brings me to our next castmate who made an exit mid-season, Tinsley Mortimer. Tinsley. Where do we start with Tinsley? Tinsley's actually partially responsible for the reason that we got one of our new favorite housewives, Leah McSweeney. Tinsley kind of has the same storyline that we're used to a little bit. Unfortunately, and I hate to say that because I do love Tinsley, but Tinsley's still navigating, trying to find her fairy tale prince. She's trying to find love, and she starts off not being with Scott, which is actually kind of confusing. Not confusing, but interesting because she exits mid-season after getting her fairy tale ending with a coupon king. Which brings me back to Dorinda, who called that out in the first place, and Tinsley denied it the whole time. She denied that they were having a relationship, and that really ticked Dorinda off. I think Dorinda wanted more transparency from her, and as we all know, that's what the housewives are all about. If you're not going to be transparent, you probably shouldn't join a reality show. I kind of agree with Dorinda. But let's circle back to them later and move on, because right now I want to talk about Ramona Singer. Ramona, an icon to the franchise, really. From the eyes walking down the catwalk to telling Bethany that she's never going to be happy, she'll never have a man. Ramona holds no punches. She just says what she wants to say. And I think that's a reason that she's been an OG this long. I think that's what's kept her on the franchise. And honestly, what would Real Housewives of New York be without Ramona Singer? Like I said, Ramona never disappoints, and this season is no different. Ramona kind of struggles, I think, with bringing on one of the newer cast members, the newest cast member, really, Leah McSweeney, because I think the age gap, the fact that she has a tattoo, the fact that she's been arrested, Ramona kind of holds herself up to a higher regard, and she makes that very clear in the beginning of the franchise. I think Ramona really struggles with having new blood on. I think that, Ramona, we know her for being ageless and young and vivacious and vibrant and all of these things. She's like a melting pot of all of these things. And I think that's what we love about her. But then when you bring on someone who is a little bit younger, I think that could possibly be intimidating, because no one wants to be outgrown and no one wants to be pushed off to the side like you're becoming kind of like the old dog of the franchise. Nobody wants that. And I don't want to see Ramona go. What do you guys think? Again, let's get cheesy and comment below. But moving on, because what is Ramona Singer without Sonia Morgan? We love them. It's our favorite duo together. Sonia always instigates Ramona. Ramona always instigates Sonia. They're the perfect team. Sonia was kind of instrumental this season in instigating a little bit of the rift between Leah and Ramona when Leah wants to bring her sister on one of the girls' weekends, and Sonia says that guests don't invite guests, which was originally what Ramona said, but then she changed her mind letting Leah bring her sister, and then once Sonia said it, Ramona switched back, which, not gonna lie, kind of pissed Leah off. And set us up for one of the greatest episodes ever, Hurricane Leah. I feel like Ramona and Sonia are the only two women that we can see season after season after season just riding out the single wave and loving it. They live to be single, they live to have fun, and they never disappoint. So when you guys message me and say Sonia and Ramona have to go, I'm probably not gonna send you the nicest response. But again, I am curious what you think. Does the cast need a shakeup? Again, cheesy, comment below. And then there was one, Money Can't Buy You class. Countess Luann D'Agostino, Delisets, whatever we're calling her these days. Luann is also an icon to the franchise. Luann's amazing. This season is actually exciting for Luann because we get to see her come off probation and start kind of easing into what normal life was for her. Because again, people have accidents, they make mistakes. That doesn't mean that your whole world has to turn upside down and you have to completely change. You can eventually get back into it, right? I think so. I think Luann's trying to find her new norm, and I think that is completely okay. I think Dorinda said it best when Dorinda says, eventually you're gonna have to break the ice, take a sip of alcohol, and then it's done. We talked about it. You did it. Drop it. But again, Elise didn't drop it. Elise is the one who brought it up and said, should you be drinking when you're doing AA? I guess that's subjective. I would probably drink in AA. But hey, like I said, I'm excited to watch her find her new norm. So now that we basically covered everything that's happening, everything that's going on, or whatever's happening in the cast members' lives that you've already seen or haven't seen because you're living under a rock, I just recapped it for you. But what we really want to talk about is what's coming up this season. I think it's going to be great. The mid-season trailer was explosive. It never disappoints, and it didn't disappoint this time. I know that we lost Tinsley, but that's all right. I think it's going to give Leah a chance to come out of her shell even more and not really have Tinsley there in her corner. That way she can start navigating new friendships with the other ladies. Because eventually we were probably going to see Tinsley go anyway. So guys, with that being said, what do you guys want to see happen for the rest of the season? I'm excited. I can't wait to see. I want to see Lou. I want to see her figure out what's going on in her life, navigating her cabaret. I'm using the word navigating a lot today. That's my word. Her cabaret, this whole alcohol thing. I want to see Dorinda dating. I want to see Dorinda dating. And even if she doesn't want to date, okay, that gives her a reason to come back next season. We'll watch it then. Right now we can watch her grieve. Doesn't matter. I just want to watch Dorinda. As for Leah, I can't wait. I'm obsessed with Leah. I think she offers a lot to the franchise. I think she's really shaking things up, and I think it's going to be great to see her the rest of the season. Ramona, ease up a little bit on Leah. She's not bad. I think you're a little intimidated, but that's okay. We still love you. And Sonia, you're no one's arm candy. I agree. You're so much more than that. So good for you for keeping to your guns. And again, like I said at the beginning of the video, you can catch my weekly recaps right here on my channel, Up and Adam. I'm going to be recapping every week. On Wednesdays, I'm going to be doing the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. On Thursdays, I'm going to be doing the Real Housewives of New York. And you guys can send me all of your questions. And then in the meantime, for the rest of the week, I'm going to be talking to our favorite celebrities and pop culture influences. So you don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss you guys. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And if you guys have any questions, if you guys have any comments, and if you guys want to see a cash shakeup, comment below because I want to hear it. I want to know what you guys think because I'm not the only person who's invested. But I'm not going to give you guys any more of my time. I have an interview to do now. So with that being said, make sure you subscribe. I'll see you guys this week. And thank you so much for watching my channel, Up and Adam.
Thanks for watching Up and Adam.